This is a wake-up call for America. We have the most ruthless violence that we've ever seen in the history of this country. These cartels are a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and they are taking over that country.
A national security crisis on our southern border.
I've been a very big advocate about declaring these cartels as terrorists. I know the president back in March was actually considering it. Unfortunately, the Beltway politics and the bureaucrats in the Beltway that are protecting their own kingdoms, they don't want to do it. And the public really needs to understand 1 kilogram of fentanyl can kill 500,000 people.
The Mexican government caved and released El Chapo's son.
Mexican cartels, we know that they're ruthless. We know that they're evil people. They're monsters in many ways. If you look at that violence, it's worse than Iraq and Afghanistan, and it's right 70 miles south of our border. I was one of the biggest advocates supporting the designation of these cartels as global terrorists because that's what they are. Their drugs are around the world. The violence is at unprecedented levels. They're killing women and children like we've never seen before. Look at just the drug crisis alone. 68,000 people died in America last year. That's more than all these different wars and all these conflicts. And we're not taking a sense of urgency. We don't have a really good strategy. We're not educating the kids about the dangers of these chemicals coming from China, by the way. What people are not being told is how many are disappearing in Mexico. They have guys like the stew maker who drops people in acid and then they find bones. And shame on the Mexican government. We have thousands of people that are dying all over America because of this poisonous fentanyl and methamphetamine and cocaine. 4 grains of salt is equivalent to like 2 milligrams of fentanyl. That's all you need to kill an adult. 32,000 people last year died from fentanyl. Where was CMAR? CMAR is the Mexican elite Navy force that took down Chapo and killed a lot of high-value targets. They're on the bench.
The Sinaloa cartel is currently, right now, killing thousands of Americans every year.
You have to use the best and brightest resources of the United States government. I worked in Washington a long time. I know we have some tremendous investigators. The problem is there's no unity of effort right now, and we need to designate the cartels as terrorists and go after them with the true capabilities of the U.S. government. We have a national security crisis at the southern border. We have illegal immigrants running across the border every single day. Our Border Patrol is overworked, underpaid. They're getting shot at, and a lot of violence in America because of the drug trafficking. Go to Chicago.
I know that you said that 2 Republican congressmen, Chip Roy and Mark Green, circulated a letter to call on the Secretary of State to start saying that Mexican cartels are terrorists.
The president is standing up strong for the safety and security of the United States, which I like to hear. Thank God our brave men and women in law enforcement are out there, understaffed, underpaid. The Sinaloa Sicarios took over the city. They put the city on fire. They're running around with armored cars, machine guns. They're killing people left and right. But the Mexican government folded. It's the blueprint now for all cartels in the future. Chinese organized crime and the Mexican cartels have formed an alliance that we've never seen in our entire history of this country.
In the real world, when 3 American women and 6 American children were gunned down and burned alive, the only thing that can counteract bullets is more and bigger bullets. If the Mexican government cannot protect American citizens in Mexico, then the United States may have to take matters into our own hands.
So thank God President Trump is standing up for our national security.